2 days. This, of course, a very difficult time for all the royal family. The other senior members we saw in Balmoral a little earlier. But this about to take place clearly concerns for security, which is why I think some of the people were moved back by police about an hour ago. And we can see there the Prince and Princess of Wales as they are now, and indeed Prince Harry and Meghan. This is significant. Richard Williams is with me here in the studio. A reconciliation at a very important time.
I think that this is extremely significant. I think that
Listen, I think we can hear the cheers. Can we hear the cheers? Together, as I think perhaps the King would have wished, coming in to look at these tributes. And Cameron, our royal correspondent, with us as well. Did you hear those cheers?
I did. These are extraordinary images. I can't remember the last time we saw all four of these young royals together in the same place. Clearly, I believe it was way before that infamous interview with Oprah Winfrey, but I think this shows that this is perhaps a time for family healing, at the time of great sorrow for the Windsor family as they lose their head, Her Majesty the Queen. It's a time for reconciliation, perhaps.
We were told the two brothers were barely on speaking terms at one point, and one wonders what would have been going through the King's mind. I mean, he spoke, of course, in his address on television about his love for Harry and Meghan, and how the rest of the family, of course, had been grateful for the sympathy shown. This is a very clear message to the world.
It sends a clear message that they are very much, despite what the papers have perhaps been briefed, or those headlines of Team Sussex versus Team Cambridge, as Twitter and social media has so loved to do over the past year and a half or so. This shows that at the end of the day, this is one family.
Meghan taking Harry's hand there, because, I mean, we saw at Balmoral he was actually arriving a little late. Was not able to, as other members of the royal family, be with Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth when she passed away. And then he left very early the next day.
That's our understanding, yes, and he did. I saw him leave Balmoral Castle, the Duke of Sussex. It must have been about 8:15 or something. He drove through the main gate. But you're right, yes, these are kind of four people who we haven't seen together for such a long time. But I think it is interesting they haven't, as far as I can tell from these images, they haven't spoken to each other, as in the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and the Prince and Princess of Wales don't seem to be talking to each other. If you look at the images here, they're very much
they are pointing out here, and I think they walked from the car together, certainly when they left the Range Rover there before they came through the gates. But yes, I mean, obviously they are two couples together there. But we did have this statement from the Prince of Wales indicating about how important Granny or grandmother, the Queen, had been to them in their happiest times and indeed their saddest times, because, of course, both William and Harry at Balmoral at the time of their mother's passing.
Yes, yes, he was. And then, of course, the Duke of Cambridge, as he was known, is now the Prince of Wales. And
Princess of Wales, as Kate is now.
And Princess of Wales, as Kate is now, taking on her late mother-in-law's role. But as a palace source told me yesterday, the Princess of Wales, wants to very much carve out her own role with that title, that she is very much aware of the history associated with it. I mean, these are extraordinary and very significant images. I don't think anyone could quite expect this.
Because we were just asking just a few minutes ago whether we thought that Harry would be the part of the Prince's vigil with the Queen's coffin in Westminster Hall. I think perhaps we've got our answer now, haven't we?
Well, I think perhaps it's definitely more likely by looking at these pictures. It was only at the weekend that the papers were reporting that Prince William distrusted his brother
because of this book which is
about to be published. Prince Harry's reportedly kind of tell-all autobiography, as it were, his memoirs.
Meghan with a hand there on her husband's elbow.